Hello WealthLab 8 users, Glitch here. Today we're going to talk about what's new in WealthLab 8 Build 81. So there's just a couple things to discuss, so let's get started. First, we will open up our building block strategy designer that lets you create strategies using drag and drop. I'm going to drag over a condition here to our buy block. And we are going to use a indicator called end on end. So end on end lets you take any indicator and apply it to a different indicator, thus allowing you to use many different indicator combinations in your building block strategies. So if I click on here, the parameters, you could see, say I want a smooth RSI in my strategy. I could say take a moving average, say an EMA, and apply it to an RSI. So that's what end on end provides. However, what you could not do previously is optimize the parameters of these indicators. You were basically stopped at the first level of optimization in a building block strategy. Now, in Build 81, you can optimize to any arbitrary depth that you want to go. So we will, for example, click here. Let's say we'll make this EMA period optimizable. Now, I'll give it a name. I'll say EMA period so I can distinguish it, so I know which one is which. And let's say we'll make that period 20 to 100 in steps of 10. And likewise, we can optimize the RSI period. So let's call that one RSI period. And we'll make that one, we'll say 5 to 30 in steps of 5. So now we have both of those parameters of our end-on-end indicator optimizable. We can click the optimize button and see that, yep, there they are. So optimizing indicator parameters to any arbitrary depth, new in Build 81. Next, let's take a look at our data sets. We have data sets from Wealth Data. We have data sets from Norgate. So something new you'll see in Build 81 are these little stars next to some of the data sets. That's letting you know that this is a dynamic data set. So dynamic data sets have built-in date ranges that correspond to when the symbol was in the respective index. So when you backtest using these data sets, you will eliminate what we call survivorship bias. So you're only going to get the symbols that were in the index on any particular date of the backtest. And if we look at the Norgate data sets, all of these current and past are also dynamic. The main or the basic Norgate data sets are not dynamic. So at a glance now, you could tell which data set is dynamic in WealthLab, and that's important because now you can create your own dynamic data sets. I have a data set here, dynamic. So if I configure that data set, normally, you see this configuration dialog, you hit next, and here's a new interface. So it'll come up blank like this, but when you create a data set or modify a data set, you can now click this checkbox to make the data set dynamic. And you can enter your own symbols, start and end dates right here in the little editor. So these dates will be applied during a backtest. So I've given Apple a range of January 2022, basically all of 2022, and I've given Microsoft a starting date of 2023. So with that in mind, let's open up a strategy. Let's do this one here, which I know will generate some trades. And let's test it on our dynamic data set. And we will go for the most recent 3 years. So here we go. So if I look at the positions, I can see that I have positions in Apple that basically had entry dates in the year 2022. When 2023 rolled around, I have no more incoming trades for Apple, but I'm starting to get the trades in Microsoft. So there you go, the dynamic dataset in action. You can now create your own dynamic datasets. So go crazy and implement any kind of index that you happen to have the information for about the dates of when all of the symbols came into and out of it. So you'll be able to easily share those date range lists as well, because in the editor it's just a simple text box that you'll be able to copy and paste from. So that's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy what's new in Build 81. So we will see you all on the forums.